Er,
I can intro. Do you want to?
you injured
Either
last
way.
time, so like I guess I could if you don't
I
mind.
could. I don't care.
Uh,
It's not
no,
a
I
big
don't
deal.
care either. Like I would, because
Oh,
you injured last time. Welcome to episode 11 of the Ride or Die podcast. I'm Paul,
and I'm Carly.
and we're your hosts. And joining us today is no one else, just us, your faves.
Yeah, I think it's good we don't have anyone. This is gonna be like cute because we're never just us, other than the first episode.
Yeah, I think for us to recap this incredible, groundbreaking, historical season, like you don't need more than two people, you know?
Now, also, this was one of the first finales in a while where I wasn't like, you know how when you watch the Big Brother finale, you get like chills up your back, and you're like, I had a chill at one point, but that was it.
Yeah, and a chill. Yeah, I had like a little bit of a chill for the win, a little bit of the
Me
chill
too.
for Day winning AFP. Last season I didn't feel it. Season before I felt it. Season 19 I felt it because
I
that.
felt it. See, last season, I don't think I watched the finale on time. I think I gave up. I could not. That season was just god awful.
I gave up around jury, like mid jury, and then I just watched the finale, and I was like, I
I
cannot.
watched the finale. I don't think I watched it on
Two
time. I
awful
don't think I
people.
cared.
Yeah.
Um, so what did you think?
I felt nothing. Like we said, I don't want to reiterate, but yeah, I guess coming into it, my expectations were below the floor. So I guess the way things turned out, part two was a fun comp to see like the little piggy swinging and getting in the way, very
Yeah.
thematically appropriate for this season that's been so affected by Derek's pre-gaming with Cody.
Do you think they did that on purpose? That's so funny.
I don't think they did, but like maybe a little bit of them did, and I'll
That's
take it.
funny.
And yeah, I don't. So it was fun to see. We didn't know the time difference between Cody and Enzo in that comp, so it was kind of hilarious to see like 4 minutes, like 49 seconds versus what, like 37 minutes.
Yeah,
The difference.
they couldn't even edit it to act as if there was like, because it was just so, and he was the big blow up. I felt so bad, but I was also like, you can't do this here.
I felt bad, but it's also like you did this to yourself.
Oh yeah.
Like his first time around, he got to the final three with two people who were better in comps than him and who would probably take each other over him, and he didn't adapt from that. So I get that he was mad because he had been having the realization that he made the wrong move, keeping Nicole over David. But King, you gotta relax.
Nicole handled it gracefully when she got evicted.
Yes, but when she got evicted, that was great. Part three of the HOH comp, like I don't know if they started doing this recently where it's like more of a memorization thing, but I personally like it more when it's like the juror making, or it's like they have to choose between two statements that the juror made. And I used to think that was stupid when I was younger, but now I think that's like really, that's called jury management. And I think it makes sense to have the first comp be purely physical, the second to rely on the mental, and then the third to be like that aspect of jury management and having those connections. But this was like, and the questions, it was just like hyper, like SAT level, like Big Brother memorization
It
questions.
was literally SATs.
Mm-hmm. And
It
it's
was
like,
really hard.
it's like, what's the fun in that even? Like, I like the studying aspect to an extent where like they're memorizing days and like that's a fun aspect for them to have to keep track of. But like for this, it's like, why should this culminate in them having studied for an SAT exam? What does that say about the show?
Okay, what did you think about Cody taking Enzo?
I'm glad because that was like the one piece of like something we got. Because coming into this, our like only hope for like shit to hit the fan was for Nicole to win and then backstab Cody and then like take Enzo. And we knew she wasn't going to. She told the camera she was going to take Cody. I think she said, did she say that after she was voted out? She would have taken Cody. Yeah, no. In the beginning of the comp, we got like Cody gets the 1 point and Nicole doesn't, and then like they keep getting every single question right after that, and we're like, we know where this competition's gonna go. Like we can't even have a fun, exciting, close final HOH comp.
Oh,
And
of
of
course
course,
not.
it has to go to Cody, of course. But Cody taking Enzo, I was into it. coming into the finale, I thought he was a lock for taking Nicole, and they were a lock.
I thought so too.
But for him to take Enzo and for Nicole, like she was like shook, absolutely, like she thought she had it in the bag. And then Cody's speech to the both of them, he said straight up, like, I was playing like the final two thing with both of you guys since the beginning, and
Yeah.
and Nicole's crying, I think, really redeemed this season in a sense. I mean,
No, but okay.
well, not like the whole season, but like it was like at least we got like something, like
She
one.
cried enough. I don't care anymore.
I know, but like for her to be betrayed by Cody, who
Yeah.
she's played her game entirely committed to Cody, and Enzo's done the same. And it would have been just as sad to see Enzo be sad to be kicked out at Final Three, but for it to be Nicole, I think there was something poetic about that, right?
Yeah, and I didn't like her outfit. I want to say that too.
Unpopular opinion, I think it was cool.
Why?
Like the suit thing and like, I don't like, yeah, not.
You want to know what it reminded me of? It reminded me in Willy Wonka, the first one, the one Violet's wearing, and then it blows up like the blueberry. It looks like that jacket, except it was a different color. That's what it looked like to me, and I thought that the whole time.
Crazy.
It really looked like that.
Okay, so I'm not entirely sure.
It does.
Okay. I thought it was a nice outfit. Maybe it's not like serving me like finale look eleganza, but
But you're at an eleganza. But you're at the eleganza. You gotta be.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm gonna say I didn't like Cody's outfit either. Cardigans can work. I don't think it worked on him.
I didn't like it either, actually, but hers was
like
way worse to me.
It wasn't like a finale look to me. Enzo, I couldn't even tell you what he was wearing.
All three of them looked ridiculous.
It's an All-Stars finale. Like y'all should have had one good outfit saved.
That's why Janelle should have been there.
You know, maybe if Nicole was a little nicer to Janelle, she would have gotten one of Janelle's dresses.
Yes, she totally would have given her one if they were friends.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Enzo's. Well, we can talk about both of them pleading their cases, but to me, the more memorable one was Enzo. His opening was despicable.
I don't know if it's despicable. I would say laughable.
I thought it was ridiculous. What?
We both said ridiculous at the same time.
Oh, but it was.
No, for sure. Like I saw someone tweet this, which would be a very smart point in Cody's gameplay if true. But Cody like made Enzo think that he wasn't going to take him. Like I don't know if he said it directly or if he just hinted at it, but Enzo was prepared to go out at Final Three, and I think he was so surprised. And he didn't have any speeches or anything ready. Like we saw Nicole prepping all these speeches and presentations and arguments.
But you know that you're in the Final Three. What else are you doing? You have days. How do you not spend days?
Enzo's not.
You're doing nothing else. And if you're Enzo, you don't even have to prepare to be in the competition. You know that all that you possibly have to do is make some speeches, a closing and an opening. You can't prepare for the questions, maybe a little bit, but
I think that just speaks to Enzo's gameplay this season, and some of the jurors pointed it out. But like he hasn't really changed his gameplay at all from his first time around. He's relied on that Enzo likability social game, if you can even call it a game, of just being liked so much that no one perceives you as a threat. And I don't think he critically thought about anything he did this season.
No.
Why Cody got that unanimous win, but yeah.
I just don't get, like, he like said, like, he kept going and getting worse and worse. He was like, I rode this guy's back. I thank you for taking me. Like,
I owe this guy. I'm indebted to this guy. Like what?
It was like
yourself on like at least play it up for the jury.
It was, to me, it was like, if you vote for Enzo after that, I have no respect for you. I said that when I was watching with Jake. I was like, if someone votes for Enzo, I don't respect how they see the game.
100%. And I'm glad that
after his speeches, it was ridiculous.
Terrible as the season was, at least they recognized gameplay, and like I guess even like David was like, oh well, Cody played a better game than Enzo, so at least we had that going for us. But man, it was hard to get through the speeches for sure. I mean, Cody's, it was like there was nothing he could have said that like we weren't anticipating, but like he played the game to make the case for himself, and he did. And
He did a great job.
And Enzo was just trying to have fun with it. Like, he kind of made the jokes, and he really didn't pose himself as someone deserving of winning to the jury.
I was saying this to Jake too. It was as if they were competing not for like the title of like Big Brother winner like and money. It seemed like they were playing for like an iTunes gift card. The way he was like talking, it was crazy.
Yeah, what he did make it seem very low stakes, and yeah, he just didn't.
It was embarrassing, and he was like, "Why are they laughing?" Because it was embarrassing.
It was so funny that like Cody had to like calm him down. He was like, "They're not laughing at you. They're laughing."
Yes, they are. I kept saying that too because they kept showing that. I was like, they are laughing at you, and they should be.
And going into this finale, we were all expecting Enzo to be the joke of the season, like coming in third, his second time around, 10 years later, doing the exact same, setting himself up for the exact same downfall. But I think this is honestly kind of funnier. Like, he improved his standing from his first time around, but he didn't prove anything beyond making it to that chair.
Yeah.
He was just like spewing out of his ass, basically.
It was so bad. It was really that bad.
It's poopy. Some might say.
I think Gina Marie did better.
Yeah.
She just sounded stupid. She made a case for herself. She just sounded like, because she's Gina Marie. But like,
you guys basically know me. I'm Gina Marie. I do have a little bit that Italian, arguments and stuff.
Definitely right. Like, Enzo didn't even make he explained his great social game about not sitting on the block, but at the same time, when you're sitting next to someone who also hasn't sat on the block and who clearly played the superior strategic game, you got to make it clear why your social game is so much more important than that. And with the comp wins, Cody trumps him too, but Enzo, it's like he didn't try. I mean,
it was like despicable.
He did try, he just didn't take it seriously. And if you're going to make it to the final two, you come all this way and you don't take it seriously enough, like you have a chance to win $500,000 and set your kids up for life and have that title of All-Stars winner. And at least we got to see Nicole cry. And during the jury questioning, it was so funny because I know if we were all in her shoes, we all would have felt the same. But she was looking around, she's holding her tears back, her legs are crossed, and she's jittering her leg, and her arms are crossed, and she does not want to be there. And me too.
She's like, can I just go home?
And I'm like, you know what, Nicole, I don't want to be here either, but you made me sit through this season. I'm going to make you sit through this finale.
Nicole was very clearly like, I cannot be here right now. It's like she calls out sick.
Mid spills, of course. We saw that coming. Nice Ian. He knew. He was I don't even remember what he said, but he just had a really solid read on who deserved to win, what's likely to happen, from the jury segment to at the round table to the finale moment outside the house.
He knew better than us because I thought it'd be Nicole.
Yeah, he did. I think he said, I think they were expecting Nicole to go home. They were like, it's best if they send Nicole out. And I was like, where was this anti-Cody rhetoric I had last time?
Yeah, they were like, yeah, Davon said that too. They asked her, and she was like, they gotta get rid of Nicole, but at that, don't you have to get rid of Cody? What?
Maybe it was the get rid of Cody thing, but then maybe after they had reassessed and thought about it after that roundtable, they were like, if Nicole makes it, she can make a case for herself. And I think Cody explained it well. He could have explained it better. Who was I texting? And they said, I was texting my dad, and he was telling me that Cody, when Nicole asked the question about why Cody chose to take Enzo, he should have mentioned directly, I'd have an easier time beating Enzo than you. And
exactly. I was wondering why he didn't say that.
Because
I was thinking that. I was like, you're supposed to butter her up. Also, that's definitely the reason itself. You don't have to lie. That's the reason.
I mean, I do think he did a good job inflating her ego and saying, if you made
it took him a while.
There were a lot of points in your gameplay that were unclear, and you really could have explained yourself. But he could have just said straight up, I had one sentence, I think I had a better shot beating Enzo than you. And gets the point across, but Cody's
And butters her up.
and Butters.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And it's true. It's not a lie.
Yeah, I mean, Cody's famously not the brightest bulb, but he's also like not an idiot, and like
I don't think he's an idiot at
he did
all.
a
I
great
think he did
job
a great
explaining
job.
himself. He played up the idiot edit in the DR, but like he has a brain.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hashtag day for AFP. I'm really glad that she won. I was very surprised that one, they only announced the top two.
Yeah, what was that?
Weird. Like, was it that much of a disparity between Day and Tyler, and then whoever came in third that they only?
I bet. Actually, I bet.
Me too.
So,
Because I'm
makes
sure
sense.
a lot of Janelle's support would have went to Davon. I think Tyler's support would have came from the more like casual viewers,
Yes.
and not just the casuals. Because I think like even my mom was like, make sure you get those votes in for Day because we use the same CBS All Access account. But yeah, I mean, super happy for Day. We wanted that. That's great. But still surprising that Tyler. I guess it's not surprising, but interesting to see that like this guy who like wanted to quit and like all he wasn't I don't think he was deserving of America's second favorite house guest this season, but then again, who else?
I'm cool with it. That works for me.
Alright.
I like him a lot.
Yeah, I mean he's a really good, genuine guy. Just
Him and Davon, I both really like. Like those are probably two of my favorites. And Janelle.
you're right. I think I'm just blinded by my Ian Janelle Kaser bias, but I think and Tyler is just one of the most likable in the house.
I think I might like Tyler more than Ian. Maybe not. I like Ian a lot, but I really like Tyler.
Ian has a special place in my heart, but I understand why people would vote for Tyler over Ian. Yeah, because Ian was never like poised to be in America's favorite type, but Tyler
He could be. I do like Ian a lot. He's very likable.
Yeah.
I don't know. It made sense, and like you also, I'm sure Angela was tweeting, right?
Yeah.
So that'll do it right there. There's a bunch of them that don't even watch the show probably that probably voted.
Mm-hmm. Very right. Yeah, and I mean, coming off the season, I don't want to say it was one of the most least likable cast because there have been like worse.
I'm like, do you remember last season or 19?
Or 15 or.
I like Amanda. Alyssa.
Okay, well, Amanda had her racist moments, so it's kind of.
She had a racist moment, but yes.
Yes. Hopefully she's grown.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this season was only like kind of hateable, I guess. And it was hateable because they were doing the mob mentality thing. That's always not enjoyable for people. But when Derek orchestrates his little preseason alliance, what are you to do?
Do you think that invalidates the win a little bit or a lot of it?
For sure. Yeah.
I think so too.
I respect that Cody played his own game. I also respect that like he was in the house making all these conscious decisions. At the same time, Derek and Dan set up that little Memphis and Cody connection.
Yeah.
And I don't know the extent of how much they set up in advance of the committee, but definitely played an influence. And I'm sure Cody got a lot of his gameplay and strategy from Derek coaching him because it was not there his first time around.
Oh yeah.
So
when Cody won, he came out and he hugged Memphis first, and Jake pointed out he thought they like whispered something to each other. I did not think that. I assumed it was like good job, but Jake was conspiring.
Let's roll the tapes. Yeah, I was really surprised that he was hugging Memphis out of the gate so early. Like, not Nicole. Like, did I miss the Nicole
Well,
hug?
Memphis came out first, and I think Nicole would get the last hug because it was like a little bit of a like I think she would get the last one. So
yeah, I'm definitely gonna review that Memphis whispering thing because
it happened. I just assumed it was a good job though. I didn't think too much.
Yeah,
into it.
I'm sure, but still like super sus.
Jake was immediately like, it was for sure suspicious. I was like, dude.
never fucked with that connection between the two of them, and especially.
I just don't like Memphis.
Week one, Cody was also cited as saying he's never seen Big Brother 10, and like that's why he didn't know Keisha. But like, he's ready with this bond with Memphis. Like out of the gate, as soon as Memphis walks into his HRH room, he's like, "Oh, thank God you're here." Like, there's no hiding it.
The Keisha thing, by the way, I think it's so gross.
Oh, the him forgetting?
Yeah, it's whether you know her name or not, it's gross. Like, shut up.
To me,
you know her name, and if you don't learn it because you're in the house, like, you're not above her.
And to me, exactly. And to me,
It's just
it's
gross.
Like, and to me, it's like you can say something like that as a joke, and you can say if someone takes offense to that, oh, I was just being facetious, which big word coming from Cody, by the way. But I get that he was trying to make a joke, and like I'll understand that's his justification for it. But
it wasn't funny. It was rude.
Yeah, jokes are supposed to be funny, Cody, and I know you're not funny, so maybe just don't make jokes at all. You gotta try that.
Yeah, no, I wasn't into it, and I'm happy she said something, and I didn't like his response, and I was like, ugh.
Yeah, his response comes from that same place of entitlement he's been all season, like when Kevin confronted him as well, where he's had everything handed to him, and he's just like, I was making a joke, I was just being facetious, like, just take the joke, like, I get she was voted out week 1, but she is more of a legend than you will ever be. I don't care that you won the second season.
But even if she wasn't, like,
suck.
Even if she wasn't, though,
mm-hmm.
like, why do you live there with her? You know her name. Don't, like, ugh. I really hated it.
It could be funnier.
It wasn't funny, and it made me mad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not to be triggered or anything, but
I'm triggered.
I'm funny. And
I'm literally getting mad. I'm getting heated because I'm thinking about it more, and ugh.
Yeah, no, my thing is I got super mad when I saw that live feed Twitter update at the time, and like I've gotten it out.
But I have too, but then I was reminded because she brought it up and did a good job because good, bring it up.
Yeah, I'm like, she's a person. Like, that says a lot that she brings it up, like, after the fact.
Yeah.
Because we know Nicole said something in the house when he said it. She was like, that's not fun. Or she said it about Janelle, maybe. Cody made some joke, and, like, Nicole was like,
It's not funny.
Not funny.
Rude. It makes you look like an ass.
Yeah. What? He's our winner, though. And what do we think about that? We're coming off the heels, kind of, like 5 months later, of Survivor 40. And we got that finish with
Jersey.
2 of the 3 New Jerseyans, and then the final 2.
I'm into it. I have to say I'm really into it. It was very cool. Immediately I thought of it too right when she left. I was like, oh my God.
That was
Survivor.
That's what
Isn't that crazy?
I just think that speaks to our state's superior social skills, and obviously messy with Cody being entitled and an asshole, but
but also the fact that it was season 40 all winners and then all stars, like, come on, what does that say? What does that say?
A lot. It does, and it's tough that Cody is still hateable. But
he's not that hateable, but that was rude. I don't hate him, but it was rude.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't hate him, I guess.
I don't adore him. I don't like him. I wouldn't even say I like him. I don't hate him.
Okay, that's fair.
He's very much to me.
Yeah, he's nothing to me, honestly.
Yeah, he doesn't, like, I'm not gonna think about him. Probably tomorrow I probably won't be thinking about him. But
and honestly, I'm glad this is over. This has been perhaps the longest 85 days of my life. I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna miss it. Am I gonna miss it? Maybe a little bit, just to like have that background noise in my life, you know, just like knowing that there's people in a house across the country doing a thing,
I'm gonna miss it a little bit. It's just nice. I mean, it was cool knowing anytime I want, I can go see what Janelle's doing. That was cool.
That was cool, but then it was gone.
But while it was happening, I was really into it.
Yeah.
I was like, what's Janelle doing?
When Kaser was there, when Ian was there, and then it's like Davon left, and it's like you try to watch the feeds, and it's
I haven't watched the feeds at all.
There's like not even anyone you want to watch, and like I saw people tweeting, once Day leaves, I'm not watching the feeds, and I was like, couldn't be me. I'm still gonna watch the feeds, but you forget it's hard to watch people that you just like don't like for that long, just like hanging out.
Yeah, I haven't watched in a while, especially who wants to see like Enzo and Nicole talking? Like, what are they gonna say?
There's nothing to say. Could make me want to watch the feeds, but I was a little disappointed because there have been some rumors that with Survivor not on this winter, we might get a 3rd season of Celebrity, and Julie said that joining time for season 23 next summer, 2021, summer 21, and like I'm a little disappointed by that because it would have been nice to have like what I would consider a more valid season of gameplay. I think another celebrity season, we would see more gameplay than this season, but that's just me.
Wow.
I mean, but do you agree? Like, looking back at this season, like, we had Cody doing gameplay.
Oh, yeah. No, it was
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Well,
But you think, did you say that, I'm sorry, did you think that celebrities would do better?
not necessarily better, but I think they would play more at least, right? Like, at least we saw that on the first 2 seasons of Celebrity. Like, they at least avoided the.
Oh, I guess I don't know. I didn't watch either of them fully. I watched like the first few and then I was like,
I I don't remember, but I think they at least avoided
Both
like,
times too.
I don't remember, but I think
Both times too. I was like, I'm gonna watch it. And then I was like, I can't.
You know, I have a shirt, you don't.
I don't.
No, I was just gonna say, I think for the first 2 seasons, they at least avoided like the mob mentality trend that like we've seen since season 16. So at least they had that going for them in terms of gameplay, like more independent gameplay that's kind of more old school vibes. But
Good.
there were some I think there might have been a quit moment on both seasons. Not like quit, but one girl was on the block and like she left her kid who
Everyone
was
quits.
like 3 months ago, and like her breasts were still doing the thing. So it's. So
I heard about that. I think you told me.
Yeah, it's pretty iconic, but at least we had, like, fun moments.
I got it.
At least like celebrities are like funny.
Wait, I might have watched that. Actually. The Omarosa one, I watched part of that one. Like I watched most of that.
Fun. That was fun. I wrote a paper on Omarosa.
With
I bought her book, which maybe not the best choice in hindsight, but I had to for the paper. This season was
I'm
definitely
good.
something to push through. I wouldn't say I loved it. I wouldn't say I liked it. But would I say I hated it? Maybe. And honestly,
I hated it. Yeah.
honestly,
I didn't hate it.
I might argue, in my opinion, worst season ever. It's possible because we got 21 that it had the majority alliance take all to the end, and then we had this problematic showmance in the final 2, which I guess it's cool that a showmance got there, but Jackson is a terrible, despicable human being. Season 19 was awful the entire time, but we got that awesome moment in the finale with Paul losing a second time.
My least favorite season's 19.
Okay, that's valid still. Because it still was, besides that one moment, I think nothing was enjoyable.
Yeah. Actually, no, 21 is my least favorite. God, it was so brutal.
Yeah, 21 was the
I couldn't
first
do
one
it.
I had to stop watching.
Yeah, I did too. Well, I watched it, but like was not paying attention. Like I'd be watching it and be like, so I think that one, like at least 19, like I got to like laugh at Raven and stuff.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna say 21.
Fun.
21 was the worst. I could not. It was bad. It was so bad. Oh, Camp Comeback. Yeah, no. 21's the worst.
I don't.
When you think about it, when you think about some moments in there, you'll remember that it's the worst. My favorite player was Tommy. So, what is that? Like
me too. Yeah,
so just mediocre.
Do you remember that 1 week Cliff won and we were so excited? Cliff was HOH and we were so excited. He's gonna tear that shit. Like he's gonna like throw shit at the fan and like everything was gonna explode, and then he ended up like nominating someone like outside of like the big alliance that like he was also on the outs of, and then like the week just like went out super poorly, and it was just we couldn't even have that.
I hated it.
And I think it says a lot. I mean, I know some people like Nicole A. I'm not gonna name names, but
I'm like that.
favorite, and I mean, I know I liked her that season too. She was like one of the only likable people left, but
no, she just doesn't. She didn't do anything. No.
He got to the final 3 with a showmance. So
I don't care. She did not do anything. She was just like sad about her situation. That's it. And we felt bad for her.
Argument for Big Brother 22 being the worst. Big Brother 21, 19, even 9, still awful. But Big Brother 22 is an all-star season. And we had that expectation coming off the first all-star season.
Because we were so excited.
We had, All Stars 2 in Survivor, it was heroes versus villains. We got an awesome season. In Drag Race, it's arguably the best season of all time. And I was expecting Big Brother All Stars 2 to be the cultural reset that 2020 needed. And we got literally not. We got Davon using the veto.
Davon using the veto.
I said it last time, but like it wasn't even like the best move for her game. It like honestly would have been best for her not to use it.
No, she had to.
The alliance.
She had to.
At that point, the alliance was going to implode anyways.
So why not? No, she had to use it.
Yeah.
She didn't want to lose Kevin. Fine. Good job.
I just need to hear it.
Yeah, no. I liked it.
We had nothing going for this season, and even the finish was as expected. And I guess that happened 21 too, but
I'm happy Cody won. He deserved it.
Do you want to like rate the season on a score of 10, or is that? I feel like it's not even like a thing worth doing. Any last thoughts on the season? Like just to wrap.
No.
Me neither.
It ends.
Yeah, cut it there, like dead ass.